Okay, here's it's almost like a 12-inch or 14-inch. Let's check it out. Lodgepole. So this will be interesting. Guess what? "12 inches. I counted the rings too. There were 60 rings, give or take. So it's about a 60-year-old tree, 12-inch diameter at the base. Hey wood-psyche, welcome to the channel if you're new here, and welcome back returning subscribers as well. Yeah, I'm working on this chainsaw carving. It's no plans at all, it's just like a willy-nilly thing. See what I come up with. It's pretty well cracked from drying. It's been sitting for like 3 years now out in the elements. With the bark on, I had to debark it, but they call it a pinus contortus is the Latin name, which means twisted pine, but it's far from twisted. Lodgepoles are usually perfectly straight trees for the most part, but they do have some kind of aberrations sometimes due to growth problems. So this larger than life head is based on a green person. I kind of decided that at the last minute because I'm going to turn the eyebrows into branch, like a tree branch that goes up to the sides of the head like ears. It'll be leaves on the side of the head. Maybe kind of like those Roman Caesar things where they had those things around their head or something, like laurels or something like that. And then also I want to have stuff coming out of his mouth, like growing out of his mouth, like branches and stuff like that. That'll come later though. Yeah, I just wanted to mention also when I cut the base on this with the chainsaw, it wasn't totally flat. Like it's kind of cut at an angle, so the actual piece kind of has a tilt to it, which I thought, I'm not going to try to fight it and get it perfectly straight. I like the slight angle to it, gives it more dynamic look to it. So if you set it on a flat sidewalk or a table or any kind of flat surface for that matter, it's going to have a slight tilt to it. It's going to be tilting to its left. It'll be left leaning from its standpoint, more or less. But if you look at it from your vantage point, it's going to be leaning to your right. If that makes any sense, kind of confusing, but I think it's one of those happy accidents, more or less, and I'm going to make a note of that for the future carvings. Because if you think about it, if you look at telephone poles, they're totally vertical and straight. They're kind of boring and stuff, but if you get a tilt to it, it kind of attracts your attention sometimes. So that's the whole point behind this. Just my thoughts on that, that's all. And then I use the tip of the chainsaw quite a bit to remove gradually bits from the face. I don't like to get really aggressive on it when I get the rough out done. I just like to take bits off little by little. And then I'll go over it with a die grinder, kind of bounce back and forth a lot. So this will be part of a series I'm starting where it's just working on rough outs, and then I'll come back later to do wrap ups on this one because it's a big project actually because it's a larger than life head. Takes some planning. I gotta look up pictures of leaves and things I gotta use for the face because I'm not gonna try to do it by memory or anything like that. I want to make it kind of realist as far as leaves go, so you can identify it. Like, I don't know, I was thinking of doing pine needles, but that would be kind of intricate, really detailed. I don't know if I could do that, but I think I'll just stick with deciduous trees. Who knows? Just an idea. But pine needles are easy to mimic. They're just straight in clusters. As opposed to like an oak leaf, you gotta get the shape down and put the veins on it and stuff like that. It could be pretty daunting task, but I think I'm up for it. Yeah, I'm using natural lighting on this too. I'm not using any like artificial spotlights or anything like that. So it's all done outdoors, as you can see from the background. And Milwaukee die grinder I'm using really kicks up a bunch of dust when I'm using the Kutzall Extreme burr. It's a quarter inch shank burr, but it's got a huge ball diameter cutter on it. It's almost like an inch diameter, so it's pretty nice burr. I recommend getting them because it really makes life easier when you're trying to like get your rough out done. But after a while I'll switch over to smaller diameters like what you see here for the smaller details, of course. But this carving is based on a little bit of a request from a subscriber requesting a green man or something like that. I think it was. Yeah, so it's an ongoing thing, and I got a few more things to wrap up. I got someone requested mother and child, which I got to figure that one out. That's gonna be a pretty doozy. And then Motorhead, I got to work on that. That'll be interesting. More of a skull type based carving. That was for Rob, so I got to figure that one out. Probably end up giving it to him. He's a good friend of mine. But this piece of wood is pretty compromised. It's got a lot of cracks, like I mentioned before, and it's also got some branches on its right side of its face that were sticking out. So I kind of ground those things off. So they're going to be part of the face. Try to incorporate it somewhat. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Green Man history. I'm just trying to use my own interpretation, I would think. I'm not using anyone else's drawings or diagrams. I'm just coming off the cuff with that one. So, I mean, there's a lot of variations. It's pretty much open-ended for what you can do with that. Yeah, I did a little research on the Green Man, and it goes back to the 12th century England, as far back as that. And it's based on rebirth every spring. And they call it foliate head, means foliage on the face. And it's like it's been seen in Germany in the 13th century as well, according to Wikipedia. And then definitely a European origin. And it's been quite popular with the wood carvers. I've seen it done many times with other people. And this will be my first attempt at a green person. So the second part's going to be dedicated to the foliate or foliage part of the face. So be interesting. I can't wait to get it all wrapped up, and then hopefully it'll be uploaded shortly here, probably next week, I hope. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks again for everyone for visiting, watching the videos. Appreciate that. And I try to maintain at least one video a week. Yeah, I got a couple of minutes left on this video. I'm just going to close out with some music here. So I just want to say thanks again for everyone for stopping by. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.